Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Tempest Tuesday, and I'm here with Naimm and Hova. How are y'all?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Good. Thank y'all for coming. I do want to start with that. So I want to collectively ask you guys, where y'all from?
I'm from. Well, I was originally born in Kansas City, Missouri, but I came here when I was about like 1 year old. So
Okay.
I've been on the east side ever since.
I'm from Cobb County,
Cobb
Georgia.
County. Okay, so what was it like growing up for both of y'all?
It was in my bounty. Growing up, you know, it was fun. It's, you know, just being a kid. I was able to be a kid as a kid, so I feel like that was like a blessing in itself. I grew up with like a lot of siblings, a loving mom, so you know, I feel like I was in a good environment.
That's what's up. What about you?
Growing up for me was easy. It really wasn't no struggle for real. Like I can't say like I can't really say I struggled for real when I was younger. But I mean like it was cool. Like I got to do whatever. Like
You want to do? All right. So I'm aware of both individually that Naimm, you have a clothing line and you are as well great at development, brand development. And Hova, you model as well as being multi-talented in different areas. How did you guys get started?
Well, my mother, she's actually a fashion designer.
Oh,
shout out to
shout
Queen's
out to
Creations,
Mom.
right? She's actually gonna be in New York Fashion Week this year in September.
That's amazing.
Right. So I grew up around like, you know, sewing machines and whatnot, fabric stores and stuff. So when I got to high school, I always kind of been into fashion, and I knew I didn't want to go to college.
Yeah.
So I kind of just I was like customizing shoes, doing little stuff like that, you know, little artistic stuff, expressing myself. I just started my brand. I kind of just like took a risk and just did it. You know, I said I really didn't want to go to college. So I just worked hard, made it work.
That's hard.
You know.
What about you?
So for me, like modeling in Atlanta, like when I first started, nobody in Atlanta was really modeling for real. It's probably, I could say it was like a good 4 people on hand that I could really count that was like around my age, not even around my age, like a little older than me that was modeling that I could count for real. But like nobody was really modeling like that. So when I started, nobody was really, I cuss, nobody was really fucking with me. I'm not gonna lie. So when I first started, I used to reach out to brands like, oh, I can model for you all this. Then nobody was responding to me.
Right.
And one day, this photographer named Braylon, he hit me up and took pictures of me. And then after that, everybody wanted to work with me. And actually, Naimm was the first person that I worked with.
That's crazy. Well, I would say, I don't know, I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't want to work with you because your look is very like distinguished.
He was still in high school at the time.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, your look fit though. Like you only have that look, so that's fire.
Yeah.
So did you guys always envision yourself doing this as a kid?
What?
Doing
What you do now?
Oh.
definitely not.
What was the plans when you was a
Honestly,
kid? What was your plans for your future?
You know, when I say I had like a real loving family, I feel like I did. They loved me, but I wasn't really surrounded by resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was surrounded by love, but not necessarily resources. Like, I'm 22. I run a well above a 6-figure brand. I'm pretty successful, but I never even took like my SATs and stuff.
Wow.
Because people didn't really like tell me. Like, I didn't apply to a single college. I didn't have a college I wanted to go to. Like, nothing. So I kind of, growing up, I wanted to. Obviously, everybody wants to be an actor for a second. NBA.
Yeah.
It's dumb. But actually, what's crazy is I wanted to go overseas and play soccer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, until I got to like high school. When I got to high school, I wanted to be an architect. I was like, but I suck at math. So I just made something else shake. Nothing about all the college, but it's actually funny talking about it now because I plan on going to college next year. So not this semester, but 2024, August. I plan on going to college.
Early congrats.
Yeah, right.
What about you?
So with me, I didn't even think I was gonna be modeling at all. Like I always been through different phases when I was younger. So I had a phase where I wanted to do sports. Then I had a phase where I was doing YouTube. My YouTube was going up. This was what 10th, 11th grade. My YouTube was going. I had like 27,000 subscribers in high school. But I ended up stopped doing that. I thought I was gonna keep doing YouTube until I grow up. Ended up stopped doing that. Started modeling. But when I was younger, like I never thought I was gonna be doing this. Like I just was doing whatever. Like I was never really good at school ever. And my parents, I have African parents, so they just you go be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like nah, I was never into school. Like I was just never good at it. Like.
So were they fully supportive of what you chose to do? What you end up choosing to do now?
When I first started, nah.
Yeah.
It was like, you not doing that. But like, when I first started modeling, I think the same year, like a couple months after my first ever photo shoot, I got flown out to LA for a fashion show.
Fire.
That's when they started taking it serious for real.
That's what's up.
I feel like it was kind of like that with me too.
Yeah.
'Cause my mom at first, because I was entering my senior year when I started my brand, and I graduated early. I graduated a semester early, but my mom, my parents, like everybody telling me you got to figure out what's next. I'm like, this is what's next, but they thought it was like a trend for me or something. So probably after like 4 months, 5 months, one day my mom was like, Go grab that stuff out the car. You know how black moms be. They always say something with an attitude. Even when they being nice, she's like, go grab that box out the car. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right. I go to the car and it's like a sewing machine. So she bought me a sewing machine. And I was like, since then, like she's kind of been like with me like this. You know what I mean?
That's
See,
good.
I went to school. I actually went to Georgia State 3 times. I went the first time, like when I first got out of high school. I really got blessed because it was COVID year. It was so easy to get in college. I ain't had to do no SAT, none of that. I took an ACT. I failed it bad. Like I guessed on every single question. I was sleeping in there. And then I went to school the first time. I finished the first semester. I actually did good. Then after that, I dropped out, went back, dropped out again, and then went back and then dropped out again.
Damn.
Yeah.
At least you tried, though. You tried.
I tried, bro. I can say I tried. I ain't doing it no more.
You tried.
Yeah,
because for me, I mean, I didn't want to go to school. I already knew what I wanted to do, like beforehand or whatever. Just because, like, how I grew up. Like, I grew up in the industry. I grew up in an industry family. So from my being a little kid, I already knew, like, oh, this is my life lit. I know that the entertainment business. This is already what I wanted to do. So me going to school was like, that ain't gonna teach me nothing. I tried. But I tried in a different way. I tried to go to online college because I finished high school homeschool. So I was homeschooled 1st through 3rd grade, and I went to actual school. Then after that, high school, I finished it off homeschool too because I was already, comfortable with it. And then I hated my high school, but I tried it.
Did you go to school here?
In Atlanta? Yeah, I'm from here. I'm from the South Side.
What high school did you go?
I went to Dutchtown. Yeah, but originally I'm from Clayco though, so that's that. It was a transition for me. I didn't like the school, none of that. So when I tried college, I tried maybe ain't gonna hold you like a month negative. It was like I'm not learning what I really need to be doing. So I said fuck that, and I just moved on to what I wanted to do. Yeah. But my parents was very supportive because they kind of they raised us in that field of the entertainment business, so they already knew like. You just trying it just to try it. But, they was cool with it. They was supportive, so.
I wouldn't want to go to school on the South Side either, though.
It was, it's different. I would say when I was younger, I didn't really see it. Because my parents tried to move me to Atlanta. They tried to move me up north. But at the time, I'm a kid. I'm like, I don't want to move. I don't want to leave my friends. But I now see, like, the difference because of how I'm creative out there. It ain't none of that going on.
Nothing for you.
So, like, there's I was the oddball, really, out of everybody. Because, like, even with my friend group now, I'm the only creative. So, so it's definitely like you being an eyeball out there. But I do want to ask you guys, how did y'all meet?
This is my cousin. We really, no, I'm really lying. But nah, really, I really don't remember. Cause was the photo shoot, was that our first time meeting? I can't even remember if that was our first time meeting.
We met on New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah. That
what
was
year?
The first time I ever met him.
Where?
What was that? 2019. It was 2019 New Year's Eve. That's when I literally first started modeling. I told you he was my first photo shoot.
Yeah.
So, well, he was my second photo shoot, but he was the first person to give me a chance for it.
I hit you up after it was like a week after. No, I hit you up as soon as I seen them pictures.
Yeah,
really.
as soon as them pictures dropped, he hit me up.
That's fine.
He was the first person to hit me up. My photo shoot was on New Year's Eve. I remember because I was trying to throw a kickback that day.
Yeah.
Bro,
cool.
what? I ain't gonna lie, I was so broke around that time. It was so hard for me to get all the way to the photo shoot. What?
Oh yeah, because the photo shoot was on the South Side by like that dwarf Chick-fil-A.
Dwarf Chick Stockbridge.
Yes, bro. And I stayed all the way in Cobb County. Uber was like $40.
Yeah,
I spent my $40 I got there. And then I had to ask some girl to get me a Uber back home. No cap. Oh, God.
Oh, that's crazy.
Since then, though, he modeled for me like a few times after that. Then, I don't know, he just...
Y'all been locked in ever since.
Yeah.
That's love. I like that. So my podcast is based upon the misunderstood. Do y'all ever feel misunderstood?
Growing up, I feel like I was, as you just said, like the eyeball. But I feel like I was that way in like my friend groups. I feel like I was that way in everything. Everything I did, I felt like I was kind of like left out. You know what I mean? But as I kind of got older and like, I feel like being different started being cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like growing up, I mean, I'm only 22, so I guess growing up for me, I was still growing up in like 2017, 18. But like then it's like everybody has to be like the same. If you're not just like everybody else, then you weird.
Yeah.
But then like slowly being like the different is what started being the cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just kept being myself, the same person I've always been. And now everybody want to follow me and everybody want to send me free stuff and get promo and
it always
give me all, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like now I'm definitely not an oddball, especially when it's like dozens of people every day DM me and tell me they look up to me, they want to do this, or you know, I'm their inspo for this. So definitely not now, but maybe growing up a little bit.
What about you?
Really the same thing as him for real, because when I was in high school, everybody was dressing the same. You know, everybody was wearing the H&M and the Forever 21 drip, you know, skinny jeans, white tee, you know, just the regular stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, back then, my favorite rapper was Famous Dex. You see, he dressed better. He dressed different than everybody.
Yeah.
So I used to copy that nigga like, man, I'm gonna put on this. I just used to, bro. I used to throw bleach on my shirt. Just crazy. I used to put paint splatters all on my, like, bro. I used to wear mismatched Vans, like, on God. Everybody would be like, oh yeah, that's that dressing weird shit. But I didn't really care. Like, it was fun to me. Like, and I used to dance back then and shit. Like, I was always weird to niggas, but.
Hitting them folks.
You know,
I was
after
just
a
about to say, what
while,
type of
niggas
dancing
start
you was
catching up.
doing?
Yeah, I was the biggest hit them folks nigga out. I swear, bro. Man, what? I used to go crazy.
That's cool. Okay, so I do know you guys came together and started on the scene in Atlanta. What's the backstory of it? And for the people who don't know, can you explain?
He probably don't remember. I remember it. I remember it clearly.
I remember. So I really wanted to. So for one, let's just start by saying I'm a genius.
No, I have to pause. I'm gonna give y'all flowers though, because y'all are young and y'all running shit though. Like I wouldn't have if I didn't know. I didn't know at first. I didn't know how old y'all was. So when I found out, I was amazed because it's like, what the fuck? Like to see the event come to life. I love coming there because it's, you know, it's amazing just to see that, you know, young people doing that shit. Like and y'all probably the only two in Atlanta right now is running big shit like that. So congratulations
100%,
for real.
100%. I appreciate that. So I could say, you know, me being a genius that I am, I wanted to have a pop-up shop. This was, our first one was last year. So I wanted to have a pop-up shop, but this was 2021 going into 2022. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have a pop-up shop. But if I just have it for myself, then only my supporters would show up. So why don't I invite some of my like clothing homies? You know what I mean? So I invited them and turned into like maybe like about 4 or 5 people. Then I was talking to Jerry about it. Then he was like, oh, well, let me host it. Because he's way more, like, outgoing to absolute fucking strange. Like, hand him a mic, he'll
talk.
Yeah, he gonna handle it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure. And I'm kind of like, you know, I'm more, like, professional in business, you know. So I was telling him about it. He's like, oh, yeah, let me host it. I'm like, okay, bet. Then immediately we kind of got serious. You know how, like, a lot of people just be talking about it? Literally, like, same day we got serious.
It's crazy,
like,
though. Because, remember, I was trying to throw that fashion show.
Yeah.
I was trying to throw the fashion show. And he was like, shit, we could do the fashion show with the pop-up. But then I ended up dubbing the fashion show and we was just going straight pop-up.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
So when we had it, I ended up inviting like a couple more people. Then I think we only had like 14, 15 people. Yeah. It was probably like 14, 15 people at the first one. Most people got in for like free. Like, you know, but like, I lost money, like, cause so the spot that we ended up getting, a lot of people don't even know this, but it was like a bando. Like it was literally like electricity off. I had to hire an electrician to turn the electricity on because
bro, we got bamboozled though.
Right.
Like.
The people whose spot it was. We went up there the day before to go check some stuff out again.
We went up there like 4 times.
Yeah, we went up there like 4 times.
Everything
we went up
was
there
good.
just to check everything out. Then we see the dude, he's like moving like a bunch of fucking like couches and chairs and stuff like into a U-Haul. Then I'm like, yo, like, you know, we can keep that. And he's like, oh, I'm moving it out y'all waist. Y'all got all y'all space. We're like, oh, okay, cool. Then the next day we show up at like 8. We show up crazy early. The shit don't start till like 12 or 1 o'clock. We show up at like 8. The dude not answering his phone. He not there. So he end up giving the
pause. I have to tell you how bad this day was though. It's the middle of March.
Oh yeah, it snowed.
It's the middle of March. The whole week it said it was gonna be sunny. Why did it start snowing?
On the day of the
I swear to God, it was snowing.
Yeah, it snowed.
I was like, bro, why is it snowing? It's dead ass snowing.
But then like it went from snowing to raining to sunny.
Yeah,
it went through everything that day. So we get there and the dude, this nigga basically he MIA. So we ended up getting in because the dude who put me on with them, he knows the code to get in. So we get in. Come to find out, these niggas got evicted. They was facing an eviction notice. He literally finds the eviction notice literally like on like the floor because we got to straighten some stuff up because now it's like certain rooms look like they just like tore
so
stuff out just so they
dirty
can
in
leave
there.
room.
Like,
So we get the cleaning. We got a few of our like friends, a couple vendors that kind of help us clean. You know, we get right. We set up, and the turnout just ends up being way better than we could have expected. So after that, we for sure having another one. We find a new spot. It's, you know, the spot, then we felt like it was like colossal. Like we thought it was huge. Then we have it there again. It was still some stuff going on with the people there. We're not even gonna talk about that. But everything went smooth as far as like our customers go. Then that's when we got the real big spot. Then we got the big spot. It was amazing. Then the last one, we had the big spot again. It was amazing, but this time it's like we got like 10,000 square feet.
she was at those last two.
Yeah, you was at the last two.
You were at the last two.
So like before then, it wasn't as, we were still having like a couple thousand people come through, but like the actual venue, it wasn't as big.
Yeah.
So
and it was so hot in there.
Well, I'm excited.
it was like a process. I feel like a lot of people don't know. I had to go out of pocket for an electrician. I had to rent a generator from Home Depot out of pocket. All types of stuff.
Wow.
We lost money, but that
so
ended up
cold
being
in
like
there, too.
and then the lights was off. I had to go. I
Yes,
went to
like,
Walmart and I bought like those like battery lights just
the
for
one
extra lighting.
that you put on the wall.
It was
you flick
crazy.
It on. Yeah.
Like it was crazy. So, but it all ended up being like an investment. Like, you know.
I mean, it turned out for the better. Like,
Right.
look at y'all event. What the fuck? Like, it's big. So
Yeah.
be proud of yourself for real. So we do got to get out of here real soon. But my last two questions. So I want to know. Tell me about Naimm Culture House, Naimm first.
Naimm Couture House.
Naimm Couture House. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
So when I started it, and I was it was my senior year. Well, it was my summer going into my senior year. Naimm just started. It stands for Neglect All Negative. So now I should go by Neglect All Negative now.
Okay.
So I feel like I was just at a point in my life where I felt like there was just so much negativity going on. High school, I don't know. Maybe some people don't remember being a high schooler, but high school was kind of tough. High school was stressful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had like its ups and downs, but overall, I felt like it was always like a lot on my shoulders, you know? So I just felt like there was a lot of negative stuff going on. I just remember I was in class one day and I just wrote down like Neglect All Negative. I was like, that actually sounded pretty cool for like a name. Then I just wrote down like Nan. So I started going by Nan, and couture is just fashion and I believe French. It's like fashion house. So I'm going by Naimm Couture House for just so long. Then one day, I think I was talking to one of my clothing homies, and he found out what it actually stood for. And he was like, oh shit, like that name hard as fuck. Like, you need to go by that. And I'm like, damn, you think so? I thought that it kind of sounded lame. I didn't want to sound like some type of like one of those positivity brands, which nothing's bad about that, but I want to be seen as like an actual brand. You know what I mean? So just, I feel like I started coming into myself and kind of just like appreciating myself and like my brain, like the way like I process everything, and I just started going by Neglect All Negative. So that just started going like, you know, like real smooth. You know, when I started with my stepdad gave me $150 on PayPal. By the time I cashed out, it was like $138. I started my brand literally with $138.
Wow. Dope. Shout out to that. What about you? I heard about Cease and Desist.
Okay, so Cease and Desist is actually my uncle's brand, but you know, he brought me along on it. He's not even my blood uncle, but like we from the same place, like Ghana. So I just call him my uncle. Like I really look up to him, and you know, anything he want, really, he can get from me. Like I do everything for him. So right now we just moved to Los Angeles. We about to get another showroom out there, but everything really going good. I can't really tell y'all like
it's
too
okay.
much, but everything good though. So.
That's good. So I want to say thank you guys for coming and talking to me today. And I will be On the Scene this Saturday. So make sure I will see you guys. Can you give your socials for me?
Well, first I want to say thank you for having us
You're
here.
welcome.
And my socials is NaimmFareed, but not NaimmFareed on Instagram, and just NaimmFareed on TikTok.
My Instagram is JerryxJahova, JerryxJahova.
And On the Scene Atlanta, OTS Atlanta on Instagram for all the
What?
what's the shit that we call? I mean, that we be having. What's it called? Events. It's an event. Yeah. For all the event information, OTS Atlanta on Instagram. Yeah.
Everybody pull up on Saturday. You know, good food, good drinks, good what?
Good food trucks, good everything. You might see your Twitter crush there. You might just see your favorite brand there, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite NBA player, whatever it is. Just
And
push
you're
up
gonna
and have
see
a good
Big
time.
Tempest too.
Yeah, big them.
Fan
Yeah,
base
I will
will
be
be in
there.
the building.
Thank you.
Welcome.